Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for another episode of Age of Wonders 4, continuing our campaign as the Mongols. I'm finishing up Siege in Lorwell here, just wrapping that up now. And wanted to go through your comments before we move on to the next turn. Feedback for this week includes, um, well, one from myself. I needed to remind myself to go finish this quest up here. Should be fairly easy to remember since I'm planning on going and pillaging that city next. But yeah, just wanted to remind myself of that. Also from Chris Lighthawk, since Rebels of Carnage does not affect heroes, it's more efficient to replace the army hero with a regular unit before casting. Good call, I'd forgotten about that, but yes, it does not affect heroes, so if you want to get the most out of that spell, swap a different regular unit in there when you cast it, and then put the hero back in when you're done. It'll stick with that army for a few turns. From Chris, a couple other things. Leave outposts next to Ancient Wonders for extra Imperium income. That's a good idea. I will try to remember to do that before I leave here with this Eternal Bed Chambers. If I have time, maybe this Ravage Rampike, but I got a feeling most of my future movement involves going up north and continuing to attack enemies. I don't want to ever take the pressure off my enemies in this game, so I'll probably just mostly be moving to wherever their cities are as we move around the map. And then the last thing from Chris is you can now undo any move in tactical combat where you did not take an action or provoke an attack. Debuffs from surfaces don't prevent it anymore. That's really cool. That we did run into that in the last episode, I think. But that's a new change. Basically, if you step into like poison or something, previously, if it was from the environment, the game would just be like, well, you're stuck with it. Well, now you can undo it as long as you didn't actually attack something or cause an enemy unit to attack you. So that's kind of a nice, I think, welcome change, because sometimes you just misclicked. You didn't mean to step into that bush that had thorns and made you bleed, but you just didn't see it. So nice to be able to undo that kind of stuff. From Gilu Fighting, my inability to undo the movement of my Magma Spirit may be due to a current bug or oversight associated with Fire Wake or Firewalk or whatever it is that Magma spirits have. This kind of added on to the previous point. For some reason, my Magma Spirit was not able to undo one of their moves. I think because they set a bush on fire or something when they moved over it, or I'm not even sure if they did that. But there could be some bug associated with units that have those kind of traits, or maybe that's intentional. I don't know, but you apparently can't undo movement related to that. From Also from Gilu Fighting, Noctis has underground adaptations, which means his capital is in the cave somewhere. Would be worth getting a scout down there. I agree. I hadn't really considered that I should check to see who has underground adaptation. He's not down there because I can kind of see, or at least he's not immediately down there because I can see those borders. More likely he's up here somewhere because this is where we're seeing his cities. And obviously my scout up there has been picked off. So I won't be able to explore underground, but at least I have a general idea of where he is. I just won't be able to, like, that cave entrance would have probably been a useful one to go down. And I just sort of ran right past it. So I'll try to remember that when I get back up there, but that's most likely he's around there somewhere. From Lich King, cost to hurry production is 2 gold per unit of production remaining. This is interesting. I actually wasn't sure how the game factored hurrying production, but apparently, according to Lich King, it costs 2 gold per unit of production remaining. This is interesting that it's based on the amount of production instead the amount of time, because that actually means that cities that have low production save more time by hurrying it. I thought it might be based on the amount of time remaining, kind of like how hurrying city growth is based not on the amount of food, but rather the amount of turns that you're shaving off of it. I thought it was the same thing, might be the same thing for making buildings, but it's not. It's just based on the amount of production remaining, 2 gold per unit of production. And that seems about right because the cost of the town hall structure, I wasn't able to find like exactly how much production I've gotten towards this, but you can see I'm just a little bit over half with the town hall pinnacle here, and it's 560 production. So if you divide that in half, that's about, what, 280, I think? Yeah, 280 production. It'd be a little bit less than that, so maybe 270. Multiply that by 2, it's about 540 and 526. So that's probably like right. That's probably what's going on. The math makes sense. So Good to know. I think that's actually interesting and could be helpful in future games, particularly where I have what choice as to which city I hurry production with. We'll probably opt for the one with the lower production income. Then last two comments come from FizzWolf93. Moving through difficult terrain seems to negatively affect charge. Not certain if it nullifies it entirely or just doesn't count towards the bonus. So if you have a horse unit, they move through a bush, and then they move through three regular spaces. Does that still count as charge? I don't know, but if they move through, I do know that at least when they move through the bush, that's not building up towards their charge bonus. I know at least that, which I didn't know prior to that comment. I thought it was simply based on the number of spaces traveled. Didn't think it had anything to do with terrain, but that actually did have an effect in a recent battle. So I think they're right about that. Didn't know difficult terrain had any effect on charge whatsoever up until now, so that's good to know. And then last thing from FizzWolf93, this will be a very useful one, but that over-harvesting resource nodes rounds down to the nearest even number, meaning that a node with 7 turns remaining would become 3. Makes it more effective to pack up your city and move on odd numbers if your objective is to do it as fast as possible. No, sorry. Makes it more efficient to hurry over-harvesting on odd-numbered turns if your objective is to do it as fast as possible. Of course, that's only if you can afford the Imperium cost, which I can't really do a whole lot of right now. But yeah, that's very, very good to know, that it'll round down, so that it rounds in your favor if you do it on an odd number. And that's all the comments for this week. Let's try to get into some gameplay here, because I would really like this episode to not be 3 hours long. I do have other things I'd like to do today, so let's see how far we can get. Everybody, I believe I was at the end of my turn, so I'm just going to right-click through all this stuff and end the turn. Most likely we'll get attacked by this group here. We have to stay at Lorwell for 2 more turns to ensure that we complete the pillage. I will decide on the next turn whether I want to leave and let it sit on its own for 1 turn or not. Since we are on classic turns, the computers could interrupt it if I do that. Not sure if I want to risk that, but let's go to the next turn and just see what they all do. It's always tempting to just leave it behind so you can save a turn and move on to other things. I'm also on the next turn going to need to remember to disconnect a province, because I would rather move the city's borders and try to grab these, well, at least this one that has a cleared, is that a cleared quarry? I think it's highlighted red because it's in enemy territory. But yeah, oh, there's another city over here. Okay. So, yeah, basically I just want to get the quarries in so I can begin over-harvesting them, if I can. See, this guy is not in range to where he could get to the city and stop the pillaging. I just always worry about concealed units and stuff like that. Safer to just make sure you get it. So yeah, they're gonna... I'm not sure where they're going. I'm kind of surprised they're not coming down here to try to do something about this, but maybe they are too afraid of the size of my army. I don't know. Just go ahead and auto this. Don't think I need to worry. I need to remember to turn spell. Oh, come on, guys. That's a stupid loss that we don't need to have. Especially on a highly ranked unit that's going to have a lot of bonuses from transformation ascetics. I should just be leaving spell casting on in pretty much all of my battles, even if it doesn't seem like I need it. We can pile up some units around here and try to get a nice rejuvenate off on this first turn, I think. Anyone else injured that can reach? I guess we can pull you up and the hero. Give everyone there some regen. Alright. So many adjacency buffs just popping up constantly. And then what I can do with you guys is grab you, just pull you over here. Interesting how you can use those dust weavers to just move units around the map. Feels like my game's dropping frames. I'm not really sure why. Okay. What are you guys gonna do? They've split into 2 groups, which is probably good for me. only downside is I have more horses over here and they have more spears. But I'm gonna move you. How far can you guys go? Go there. Okay, I'll move you here. You'd do fine against the spears, or you could at least hold them off. And I'll put you up there and kind of hold the ground. Can you get far enough to do anything with this? Not quite. You could make the ground unpleasant for them to walk on, but yeah, see, I can't undo him. And I definitely didn't set anything on fire, but it's just because he has fiery wake, ignites flammable obstacles that moves over them, and is immune to burning. There's something about these, I think this is a bug, because I didn't even set anything on fire when I moved that magma spirit, but it's acting like I can't undo his turn. So I guess with that in mind, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop that there. Hopefully that'll get their attention. He'll run up and hit me, but then I can just counterattack him. Probably with Genghis, actually, would be a good choice if I position him well. And then you can go there and kind of guard. Yeah, you can protect him a little bit. Genghis can go here. You can go here. And then we're pretty much set up for a counterattack over there. Yeah, we'll just split into two separate groups. That kind of hurt. I think they've got overwhelm tactics too, it would seem. Okay, this guy can do a knockback combo on either of these, pushing the spear away. I'm not sure if I really want to do that. I can flank the spears, won't get a charge bonus because of their charge being blocked, but I think I can probably actually do way more damage to them by just teleporting my archer and doing flank attacks. What I'm going to do is move him here first, then teleport the archer to this spot. Archer will get bonuses from overwhelm tactics. We can soften him up quite a bit. Then I'm thinking about triggering slippery here and or sprint and just going straight after the unit in the back. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you fumbled. Don't do that. That's stupid. I don't want to knock that one back now because that'll put him right on my horse. So I might mess this one up, I think. There we go, that's fine. That's an easy kill with him. And my shields can handle him, no problem. And I might use this shield to just defend the frontliners. Yeah, do that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to hit him because he's standing in the those flowers. Yeah, he's going to be a little bit hard to hit. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done this a long time ago, because that's going to affect that guy up there too. Hit him with the lieutenant. I think I'm probably fine here. If I had another shield, I'd probably have used him to swap places with this guy. That's probably what I should have done with him. But that's okay. I'm going to be alright regardless. In fact, I might just go ahead and drop Cleric's Favor on you. And we'll see what kind of hits I can get here. Okay, got a couple good hits. I think we're fine. In fact, I can finish him off now. There we go. And may as well take a shot at them. I'll take a poison graze. Alright, and then I think Genghis can mess up that hero pretty good. I've also got I've got the ability to make one of my units go twice here, so I'm going to want to take advantage of that. I can teleport this guy away, but it will set that shield on fire if I do that. So let's see what else we can do first. Probably going to pull him out with recovering wind pull, I think. But I need him to go somewhere safe. Can they do this on... Yeah, they can do that on a hero. I think I'm going to do this. Okay. Now I do a lot more damage to him. I want to get this guy up here to block the pole arm. It's my goal, which is why I've not moved him yet. Okay, I think I can kill the hero here. We're gonna do that. Okay, that's pretty good right there. And then you should just go again, because you're gonna have more damage output than most of these people. And then Genghis can actually maybe kill him with a snapshot. Yep, here we go. You move up and block him. You can simply move away, although I might teleport you anyway just for the heals. It's not exactly where I wanted him to go, but it'll work. And then you can shoot that guy up, and I think Genghis can probably finish it off. I should have moved Genghis up first, because I'd have had an even better chance for a crit, but that's good enough. Genghis can move to... He's got slowing terrain there, that's why it's slowing him down. Well, he only really needs one shot, so it doesn't matter. I may as well drop Touch of Grace on you, and then just shoot you. There we go. And then you can defend everybody around you, including him. And you just go back. Alright, now we've got this one covered. Maybe I just had too many horses and they had too many pole arms. Maybe that was the problem. Oh, he wants to go over there and help with that side of things now. Did my magma elemental set these guys on fire somehow? Yeah, it's only obstacles that it moves on. How are these guys on fire? I'm not really sure what happened there. Oh well. I think my guys over here got this covered. Let's go ahead and do a sprint. Oh yeah. See ya. Alright, that was a silly battle to lose a unit in. Especially a highly promoted unit. Alright, looks like Flamek's kind of reinforcing that city up there. Most likely my next target. And I got armor that gives bolstering resistance and 10 HP. Should probably check and see. Sure, I think this guy just wants me to build conduits. That's fine. They did make a change now. See this province here? It's got a broken gold mine on it. I can actually put a mine back there now. Like even though the gold node is over harvested, it used to be that you couldn't do that. They changed that, so now you can still build mines on over harvested nodes or other province improvements of that type. That was in like the most recent update, I think. There's actually quite a few changes, but that was one of them that stuck out to me. So if I can find an old broken mana node, I could pick that up. Although I'm not sure that I have one. I think this is the only place I could put... Oh, there's one right there. So I could just switch that farm to a conduit and get one of those done for that quest. I don't need 5 farms, so I'll do that. And I'll try to keep an eye out for opportunities to get others. Or I could just switch that research post to be a conduit. I mean, that's probably pretty easy, and I don't necessarily need the research post for anything right now. Yeah, so I may as well. If it progresses towards the, if it progresses towards that objective, then I'm fine with that. I don't think I have anywhere else I can do it, though. Which would be nice to just get the quest done immediately. Alright, now we have to decide if it's worth staying at Lorwell or not. Would somebody else come in and save the city? It would probably have to be blue. Can allies save cities for their friends? I'm actually not sure about that. If, like, somebody came in from over here and stepped on the city, because you can't step on the city center unless you own the city without it being considered an act of war. So I think blue would be the one that would have to do it. And I don't think they can reach. They don't have any units down there. I gotta sneeze. Hey, caught it in time to mute my mic, so y'all didn't have to just get your ears blown out. You're welcome. Let's see here. I think it looks to me like I'm safe to leave. Since blues, I see one of their armies up there and they're too far away to do anything. He doesn't have... Yeah, he doesn't have anything that can help him move faster. Excuse me. Still dealing with allergy stuff. It's spring, but normally mine... Oh, no, wait, yeah, normally mine are fall. Like, I don't normally get spring allergies anymore. But yeah, what I was saying was, this guy does not have... Well, he could have Forged March, I guess, is a possibility. I'm gonna stay on this tile. I still have one turn to run up there and deal with them. One more turn to complete that quest. So I'm going to make use of that and just play it safe here to make sure I get this pillage. Let's see, Reveler's Heart is not one that I can really use. It's a race transformation, so I won't get much out of it. Blood Fury Weapons is probably where to go with this. Or Heroic Stand. Both of these are very good. Blood Fury Weapons is probably a bit more useful. I wonder what shock unit that is. Oh, that's my boar. Okay. Heroic Stand, on the other hand, could affect anyone. It's just target-friendly units. So I think I'd rather grab a Heroic Stand here. Okay. How far are we to the next... 3 research cycles to the next home. How many do I have? I've got 4, so I'm at my tier 3 tomes next, which is kind of cool. Okay, we're getting there. I feel like raising all these cities is really... That extra research is already at plus 160 from Chosen Destroyers, and it's only going up further from there. Although I've only raised 1 city. Oh yeah, it's plus 40 mana, plus 40 knowledge, and plus 40... So that's for every 3 population of the city that was raised. So it's actually going to get me another 80... Yeah, I guess I pillaged 2, and each of them must have had a population of at least 6, because I did the city-state and then 1 of red cities. So it's 80 for both. This is going to be another 80 of all those resource types. This is a great way to increase your economy, to boost your economy pretty quickly. I'm going to swap Genghis's army out with this one here. Oh wait, hang on. Whose quest is this? Is that... That's not tied to a specific hero, is it? Because whichever hero it is would need to be in range to actually initiate the battle. I've already moved her out of range, so unless it's... I think it's just... Yeah, it's just a battle quest. It's not a hero quest, so... I don't think it's tied to any specific hero. I think we're good. I'm gonna swap them out so that that army can heal. You guys can sit on the city since you're in pretty good shape. And they also need to finish healing. Do have paladins now. Let's build some. If we have time for it. Gotta start getting my tier 3s out there in the field. In fact, let's move you in front of the other guy. So I already have one of them, but I would really like to get a paladin on the field. Big Game Hunter is pretty good. I like that one. More damage for every unit tier of the target. And they have some pretty high tier units, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up now. It also leads to Invigorating Takedown, which I really like. Thorn Shot, I think, is a little less important in this situation. Although it does affect all enemies in a 1 hex radius, so maybe that is worth getting. I know definitely I want Kill Shot for sure. A lot of times I end up taking Invigorating Takedown because I do like the Strengthened and Regen bonuses, particularly the Strengthened. I'll take that for now. And we'll decide when we get further. The extra bleeding might be nice because I don't have a lot of guys that do status effects. So having a little bit of damage over time could be handy. Okay, let's move to the next turn. And, oh yeah, we need to, I knew there was something I was forgetting. I need to disconnect a province somewhere, one that I'm not using actively. That's set as a quarry right now. Do we need, now we have like 5 quarries. I'm just going to disconnect this one. Reabsorb it, rather. And then I can take that one. I might be able to get 2 quarries here. It depends on whether that one's actually been cleared. In fact, could I reach all the way down and get that gold mine too? I'd have to disconnect a lot of stuff up where I'm moving. I think what I'll do is I'll reabsorb this one up here. I don't really need that province there, and it's basically a prime target for somebody to come pillage it. So that's 2, possibly, potentially 2 quarries. I don't quite have enough reach to get all the way down to that gold mine. I would need 2 more. 1 to take over this city tile, and then 1 to take over this tile, because I can't go through the tree. See, that's a quarry. Do I have a forester that I don't need somewhere? I don't think so. I could get rid of this farm here. I might do that, and then see how far that gets me. I don't actually need that farm on this turn. I do have a quarry here, but I can't reabsorb that because it's connected to this one. But this one I could do. Let's go ahead and try it. I feel like I need to make sure that I'm always push. Oh wait, no, I don't need to worry about that. Hang on. Abort, because when I pillage the city, I'm going to get 2 more population anyway. So I need to remind myself the actual math on this. Chosen destroyers. So that, oh yeah, I'm not getting population from that. I'm getting it from something in here. There it is. Raising cities grants +1 population for every 3. So I'm going to get 2. I'm going to get 2 more population when that's done. Okay. Alright, so very, very important that that finishes, so we're just going to let it go. My turns feel like they're going quickly. And I think that's just because I'm not moving around a lot while I'm raising a city. Which is maybe not a good thing. I really actually want to pillage some more provinces so I can get some of these units out faster. But I've just been sitting on cities. It's still not a bad thing at all that I'm taking cities out. It's probably better because I'm improving my overall economy, my research, pretty much everything. But I really would like to build some of the units in here faster. If I could manage to pick up some Hasteberry Essence, that would be really helpful. That's just a bunch of draft. Alright, I want to take a little bit of inventory here. Who have I had big battles with so far? I have not really fought Taina or Noctis. I did fight Alfred. I fought Dragon Guy. I fought Eldritch Guy. Have not fought Nikaroth, and I did fight Flamix. So we've come to blows with 4 out of the 7. But what I really need to do here is start locating and targeting capital cities. I want to knock 1 or 2 of them out. Because I am still worried that in the late game, when they get their unit enchantments and stuff up and their race transformations, they're going to kind of power level past me. I'm quite worried about that. Oh, I can't actually absorb the city ruins yet. Okay. Oh, did that count as giving, because I pillaged that, did that count as giving me, I think that counted as giving me production and gold and stuff. Because I just got a huge influx of draft and finished both the champion and the scald. Interesting, okay. Oh, I can reach this because of the forester. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna take, what do I want to build, actually? I could go for the, if I grab another farm and a mine, I could go for the mint. I do want to get the Masonic Hall, that I know for sure. Let's take a farm here. A mint here. Or a mine, because you do need a mine for those. Okay, there are guys on that one, unfortunately. I couldn't remember if I'd cleared that or not. And I should be able to get... let's go ahead and take another mine up here. And I could grab this mine too. I like the position of this one here. Yeah, I think we just do a bunch of mines. And then what I can do is I can go back into this. And since I just built a bunch of mines, I'm going to grab Arcane Artisans, as long as it doesn't interfere with getting this, which I don't think it will. I've been fairly careful with my use of Imperium. Oh, but I need Advanced Logistics now. That just became available. Okay, that's more important. That's always more important. So let's take that. This will put me down to a little over 100. 6 turns till that's available, so I've got time for that to build up. It's mostly this is a matter of just making sure that I can always get the chaos ones that I want, which is going to be everything else from that tree. This would be a good one for me because plus 10% to all the income in my throne city. Yeah, I'm really going to need Imperium for units here, or for Empire upgrades. I'm going to need a lot. This would give me like 15 more mana per turn right now. I don't know how important that is, although it's going to be 15 turns before I get to that, so I think I could swing getting this and still have enough mana for everything that I want, because my Materium is going up kind of slow. Chaos is going to speed up here a little bit, but Materium is kind of at a crawl. So I think I go ahead and take this. It's extra mana. I'm not sure that I need it. That's my main holdback on this, is like, do I need the mana? What am I going to use it for? And I don't know that I have a good answer to that. Like, I can cast spells every turn, but I'm making way more than I have in terms of casting points. I think I pass on this, honestly. I think, despite the fact that it does get me more resource income now, I just don't see a world in this game in which I need a lot of mana. I think it's a waste. I think I'm going to end up with thousands and thousands of mana just sitting around. So I can't justify making that purchase. But the road building one, which I'm pretty sure I clicked, yeah, that absolutely I do need, for sure. Okay, so lots of resource nodes now that I could be working on. What are you guys sitting on? Oh, you're part of somebody else's quest, okay. Where do I want to go from here? I could move a unit onto that and start clearing the city ruins. Well, I know I need to go northeast. Yeah, actually, that's... almost forgot. I do need to go deal with them, so... now that I have advanced logistics, I can actually... oh, can I do that and siege the city? It looks like I can. Okay, let's take out 2 birds with 1 stone here and just go straight after that. As much as I'd love to clear these off, and I mean, at least I'm getting those quarries, but as much as I'd love to clear the mines off and start working on their essence, pretty much always more important to kill a city. It's always going to be more income. because I'm already at 363 knowledge. So what I can do is I can take a less important person, like, I don't know, one of those guys, and I can go clear the city ruins with them while everybody else goes north. I can leave most of them in the, yeah, let's go ahead and start the siege with Genghis here. I can leave most of my guys in friendly territory for this. In fact, I could leave all of them in friendly territory if I moved to that spot. And then let's add siege projects. We can do Rebels of Blood, may as well. I think that's... Attacking units gain 10 morale. Yeah, that's really good for me. Anything that boosts my morale is pretty good for me. I can take Undermine Walls, is one of my favorites. Then probably Raiding Party. Yeah, let's do a Raiding Party. Raiding Party. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's pretty good. Let's move everybody else up, making sure that I grab this along the way. So you guys go there for now. You go here. And let's just basically always have spell casting on. I have tons of mana. It's never gonna be an issue, I don't think. Okay, magical land safe from the frost, chaos boom, city stability. What do I want? Great axe of cleaving, a tier 3 great axe, chest full of riches, tome of knowledge, or mana. Probably the tier 3 great axe. I don't really have a huge need for any of the others right now. And that at least gets me some, if I disenchant it, some binding fragments and stuff. Yeah, we'll take the great axe. I don't need the other stuff. Not right now. Genghis kind of took a hit there. I might... he'll be okay for one turn. He's a tough guy. I could move him there, but I can't quite get these guys into the right space, so we'll wait a turn. Okay, and I probably need to switch out some of these guys with some of the tier 2s I've got up there. I'm going to move them here for now. They can make it to wherever they need to go on the next turn, but for now they can stay in the city. The scout, what do I want to do with you? Maybe go south, actually. You know what? You go south. I want you to run past the mountain range down there and see what's down that way. Holy crap. Well, you found something. Hi, Flammic. Wasn't expecting more of your guys down here, although I guess I should have. This is where I initially saw him. Well, that scout's about to be dead again. It's alright. Flammic's down there, but we're up here and we're about to hit one of his cities, so... is it worth fixing that? Probably not. They're just going to keep running through it. I'll leave the outpost there just because maybe I can turn that into a teleporter later, but... yeah, it's not otherwise very important. I can repair this province improvement. I guess I may as well. Not really sure if I need to. It's just a forester. It is dragging down on domain city stability here by 10. Probably should fix it. I think this city is going to stay where it's at for a little bit longer, so I'll go ahead and patch it up. Got another hero level for my cleric. Support abilities get more regen for friendly units. Let's take that. Also, what do we got here? Adept or initiative order. Does either of these give a good support ability? Unit is faithful when taking fatal damage for the first time. Okay, incorruptible spirit. Neither of those is a buff applied to friendlies, so I might just go Adept of Chaos. Yeah, just for more crit. I think just for the sake of more crit on the army, and for really no other reason. I think I'll probably end up doing that with almost all my heroes to maximize crit rates. This would give support abilities, grant regeneration. That's an actual straight up resurrect move. So those are all pretty good. And then this kind of gets me down towards battlefield restoration, which is incredible. when paired with all her other bonuses. So I think I'm probably just going to go straight for that down this side. I can get the resurrect now, actually, which is really nice in case there's an accident, and there are often accidents. Let's see, you have a 2 status resistance, +1 defense armor. I actually kind of like that better than the tier 3 plate. I think you have one that yeah, fine with yours. I actually kind of like everyone's armor that they currently have better than that plate armor. I am going to get another hero on the next turn, though, so we'll see what we get. Okay, I know what's going to be hit by the next Cataclysm. None of my stuff. Am I just getting stupid lucky with this? It's possible. I probably should cast Revels of Carnage again. I thought I had already cast... Oh wait, no, never mind. I had already cast. I keep getting Watchful Eyes, little icon, mixed up with Chimes of Momentum. I think probably, yeah, I need to cast Revels of Carnage again. So let's see if we can swap units around to get a little more use out of this. I'm going to take this hero out of this army temporarily, put one of Genghis's guys in there. Honestly, probably one of the archers. I'm going to have them for the long term. So, let's do that. And may as well channel it again. Okay, let's send you back with Genghis. The more I'm casting that, the better. Alright, now question is, what does red do down here? Other than presumably annihilate my scout. Never did get around to clearing that city ruins, or that one for that matter. I forgot about that. Which is probably fine. I don't necessarily need it. Gonna be running into Yellow's territory here before too much longer. If I power through red moving north. Or I could go after Alfred in the west. I'm not sure where I want to move next. We need to find people's capitals is what I need to do. So we can actually knock them out of the game. I have lots and lots of enemies. Okay, Alfred ignored my scout. He is moving either to intercept my army or do something else nefarious involving my capital. Alright, well, at least the scout got past. I'm gonna send him just out into the desert. Get as far away from all that crap as I can. Oh, the big dragon, the big crash dragon thing is down here. Or a variant of it that looks a little different. Maybe that's like a fractured version of it. Okay, who do I want to drop out of these armies now? I mean, I've got really high rank troops. Particularly because they're tier 1s and I have that first thing in the chaos tree, which is, or the second thing, which is getting plus 100% experience for my tier 1s. So it's making these guys just astronomically powerful. He's already exalted 2. But I still feel like I want to move in like higher tier units. I cannot just rely on tier 1s this whole game. So I need to swap some people out. Probably drop a raider and from that group, and then maybe a shield from Genghis's. Not really sure. Would like to keep the Dust Weaver in there. I think I'll drop one. I might drop 2 raiders actually here. I have a lot of them. And I have other charge unit options since I'm building these tier 3 guys.
Yeah.
So I think I'll replace a raider with one of those tier 3s. In fact, I'm going to have... Is this army powerful enough to deal with that? Maybe not. Not sure about that one. Maybe once I'm done making this other unit, they could run out there and deal with that. Yeah, once I'm done with my paladin. Let me decide what I want to build next here. Probably the wizard tower upgrade, given my current need for Imperium. I think I need to keep working on those. Alfred can't interrupt that on this turn, I don't think, so we'll go ahead and move into that. And then maybe I'll need to hurry it on the next turn. We'll see. Anyway, I know you're going north. I also want to arrange my units in the north a little bit differently. So I can put you guys here to make sure the siege keeps going. But we're going to drop probably one of the shields, because I'm going to be replacing them with paladins soon. So you go there. You go here. We can do this all from within friendly territory. You go back. You go north. All the way to that army. Actually, they have a shock unit. You know what? How about you guys take the Scald? Yeah, you can guys can take the Scald. This seems pretty good. Can give them the new shock unit guy. And then we'll wait until that paladin's done. He's going to actually help out down here, I think. Probably on the next turn. We'll go down and deal with that crap. Rebels of Carnage is ready once again. One of these armies already has it. Yeah, pretty much everyone in here except for the Scald. Let's give it to these guys. I don't think any of them have it. We'll send somebody from Genghis's army to go get some of the bonuses from it. So you step out for a second. I swap. We'll send the lieutenant in, I guess. Because I know Genghis's horse archer already has it. And then you guys can all have it too. Oh, that reduced my knowledge income by 20% for 3 turns? That's pretty steep. I'm not sure if the backfires are worth it here. The last 2 have been kind of nasty. Alright, new hero join offer. What do I want? Defenders are not something I have a lot of. A little odd that he starts with skirmisher weapons, but I got Warlock, Defender, or Warrior. Pretty much gonna not have a whole lot of options to pick from throughout this game, since I don't have any city-state allies or other cities of other races to pull from their hero pools. The governor bonuses don't matter at all, so I can ignore those and just focus on the renown bonuses in the class. I think a defender is not a bad choice for me. I do have paladins, so I am going to have some shield units. What I don't really have is... Well, actually, I will have some pikes, I think. I don't know. See, the problem is my other 2 heroes that I've gotten... I kind of was thinking maybe the Warlock, but the other 2 heroes that I've gotten so far have been kind of like support-ish heroes, and that's kind of what Warlocks are. So I feel like I actually would want to go with like a Warrior or a Defender, one of those 2. Somebody who can fight. The Warrior could do killing momentum and take advantage of that nice axe that I just found. And then I like Defenders just because they pair very well with pikes. Let me see what kind of extra weapons I've got lying around. That might end up being how I determine this. So I've got a Great Axe, I've got a Tier 3 Great Axe, I've got a Tier 3 Polearm. I've got Tier 3 of either of these. The Polearm has stunned. Keen Edge. I think I'm leaning towards... Oh, King Edge is coming from Genghis Khan. That's a displace and replace. That's interesting. I think what I want to do is... I think I'm going to go for the defender. Yeah, I'll just do the defender. Seems fine. The only thing that would otherwise matter is challenger. He gets aggressive tactician, win a combat against an army with 500 more power. That I might never end up doing because I'm always trying to fight save it. So I'd have to hope for a change on his ambition. What about yours? Duelist? That one's a little more practical to get and could be actually pretty good because he could like run behind someone and just do a ton of damage to a hero if he gets a flank attack on them. You know, now I'm kind of leaning towards the warrior, I think. Yeah, you know what? I think you're our guy. There's better things I could get than duelist, but I kind of like having duelist on a warrior just because with all their other bonuses, they can charge in, they can get a ton of damage on a hero that leaves themselves vulnerable and potentially trigger killing momentum with it. I like that, so we'll get a warrior. I will have better pikes and better charge units later in the game. So between the two, it's not like it's filling a unit gap. You are going to be given the Great Axe of Cleaving, though. And we're going to use you down south. You can have, I guess, that plate armor. You can have the Ring of True Sight, I guess. It's fine. More war parties. And I think we actually probably have enough here. We could take these guys out now, I bet. But I wouldn't be able to make it back into the city, so I probably should just wait. I could, doesn't hurt, to cast Revels of Carnage on these guys down. Well, it could hurt, actually, because of all the backfiring spells. What level are you? Level 4? Your abilities. No, I don't need you to have that. I might do the... Do I want to do the Berserker route with this guy? I think the Berserker route's a little bit better if you are... yeah. Mostly because of Frenzy. It's kind of nicer to have with repeating attacks, I think. Is there other stuff in here that would be worthwhile? When the hero makes a critical hit, that's also sort of based on attacks. Number of attacks. Yeah, I feel like this works a little bit better if you're doing... Mostly because of Frenzy and critical momentum. I feel like that works a little bit better if you're doing repeating attacks. Whereas the Night Path works a little bit better for guys who do charge attacks. Yeah, there's a lot of bonuses for charge attacks. And he's got guarded charge over here too, which I think I'm going to want with him. Yeah, well, I'm going to reset this guy's skills. First things first, I want Initiate Chaos. And I want Night. Second Wind, because those are incredible. I want the Experienced Leader. Forging Training. Oh, really want Endurance Training too, but can't quite get it. You know what I'm going to do just for this turn? I'm going to get Experience Training here because the army they're going to need to kill has those conversion order weird looking snake skeleton things in it. I don't remember what they're called. Alright, that looks pretty good for him for now. Alright, so we got ourselves a big tough guy with an axe. Definitely want to put him in charge of an army so we can be giving them XP, and then we will go from there. They won't be able to hold off Alfred on their own, but they'll be able to deal with other stuff. And I guess I can just leave that outpost where it's at for now. I don't know if the fractured infestations will bother it or not, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. It's not like I'm short on cash here. If I can manage the time, I would really like to grab that banner there with all of my heroes and level them all up. I might be able to do that after sieging Red up here. I really, really want the upgrades that let me siege cities faster. They are going to make a night and day difference with how quickly I can move around and get stuff done. I'm still doing well, though, I think, right now. Although taking that 20% hit to my knowledge income really hurt, because I was just cruising through the knowledge stuff. And my research really is going to take a hit from that. It's still not bad, but, I mean, it's not good either. My research is probably keeping pace with the AI, though, and hopefully will outpace them if I can manage to keep up this rate of taking out cities and stuff. Mostly interested in what Alfred does here. Yeah, I still can't tell if he's going after my armies or if he's going after my city. It probably doesn't really much matter. Because I'm going to get that siege done before Alfred even reaches my city, or on the same turn, so I can just turn around and come back south and deal with it. Yeah. Everybody else is just going to have to stay behind these walls. I do want that paladin in with my hero here, so let's swap you out. Actually, let's swap you out first, because I'm going to do something a little different. Swap you out. I'm going to add the paladin. I'm going to cast Revels of Carnage, which I might stop casting if stuff keeps backfiring. Yep, that just hurt my Imperium income. I don't know how much I want to keep casting that. There's just too many bad effects that are hard to predict. But sometimes they're good effects. I don't know. I guess maybe some of you guys have more experience with this new content than I have so far. Do the benefits outweigh the risks? Like, because right now I'm suffering 20% reduced Imperium and research income, which really sucks. But it's not like having too debilitating of an effect. Empowered strikes might come in useful at some point. House of Charity could as well. Let's grab House of Charity. But yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it to keep casting these spells. Like, I am getting all that extra XP, which is the whole point. So it's probably worth it if the balance is roughly 50-50 between positive and negative backfire effects. But I also don't know if there's any that are like super bad that I would need to be worried about. Alright guys, well we all gotta go out and deal with this, so... But with what I've got here, it shouldn't be too bad. It says risky battle. Why is it risky? I guess they do have a fairly high level hero and units that can convert me. We'll see how the auto handles it. Yeah, we're alright. I'll take that. One guy got pretty beat up, but he survived. Oh, pretty good armor. I like that armor. Might actually swap that for this. But let me check some other things here. See, you don't have a ring, and I think I wanted you to have the resistance-based ring. Yeah, one of you guys would be better off with that than this guy would. I'm going to unequip that from him. I am going to give him this warding armor, though. That's pretty nice. Then we need all you guys back up in the city, defending and waiting for Genghis to finish up in the north. I do want to hurry production of this, because I got a feeling I could get sieged here. So we're just gonna do merchandise for a turn. And then it's kind of up to Alfred whether he wants to go after me or whether he wants to go up north. While I'm here, I can just kill this stuff for a little bit of free XP. Oh, not with that army, though. They're the ones doing the siege. We'll just do this army. Easy kill. And then it would seem this guy has managed to get away from the bad things. Oh, wait, no, maybe not. There's more Flamic borders over here. He's very active in this southwestern region. Slightly concerning. Heroic stand is done. Silver tongue fruit's been acquired, so I finished this. Essence of silver tongue, yep, so that's been harvested. I could use some of my mana to actually replenish and then reharvest these nodes. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. Costs like 410. The cost of this action decreases per turn till it reaches a minimum cost. Oh, I see what they did there. So they made it like if your plan was just to sit there and reharvest nodes, they made it so that it's cheaper if you let them like recharge for a little bit. They don't want you just sitting and re-harvesting over and over. You could do that. If you have a ton of mana, you could get away with it. And I might have a ton of mana to where I could do that. But like the silver tongue fruit, for example, that's a magic material. So would I get another copy of the silver tongue fruit if I do that? I mean, I guess there's only one way to find out. I've got a little extra mana sitting around. Let's do it for science, because the silver tongue fruit also gives me draft, which is very nice. So, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it looks like it works, so you can just keep redoing that. I guess if I've got extra mana sitting around, that could be a really good sink for it, actually. I would like to keep about 1,000 on hand at any given time, but that's good to know. I don't think it's really worth doing it on the mana nodes themselves. Like, maybe this early in the game it would be, because... I mean, well, actually, you know what I am going to try it on this mana node, and I'll tell you why in a second, but keep an eye out on this up here. So, originally I was thinking, if you resupply the node, you're getting... When you get the essence back, you're going to be adding it to your city that's 10 mana per turn, right? So at a cost of 370, it's going to take about 37 turns to make up the difference. However, it's actually less than that, I think, because let's see, I'm at 1369 here. So what happens if I do this? Oh, I should have been paying attention to this number. Did that number go up? Dang it, I was looking at the total, not the... Because now I should be getting 10 more per turn because I have an active mana node in the terrain. So the way I think this is actually going to be like 27 turns to pay for itself, because I'll have that 10. No, it's 37. Yeah, it's still 37. Because I'm adding the mana node, and it'll be a normal mana node for 10 turns, and then it'll be a regular mana node, or then it'll be the essence for the remainder of the time. So yeah, it's still 37 turns to pay off. Not sure if that was worth it, but well, I just wanted to play around with it a little bit. It didn't cost too much to do, so. But yeah, you can just add more essence that way if you can't move for some reason, which this city can stay where it is for a little bit longer. I don't know if I really want it to be here for another 10 turns exactly, but I did want to play around with that. The city is growing, though, quite quickly because I'm annexing stuff around it and taking over cities that have... This one's going to get me 3 population out of it. So the city is growing and the borders are expanding, and I just got a town hall upgrade, so I can still reach further with it at least. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have done it on 2 provinces in the south. I probably should have focused more on provinces in the north that I could reach out and grab easily again, even after moving the city, but oh well. You live and you learn. I could actually start... I think the borders reach far enough now. I could start pillaging Alfred's stuff over here when I'm done with this city. Yeah, I think that's probably next on the list. Alright. Oh wait, that's not Alfred down here, that's Flammic. I was talking like that was Alfred, I think. That's Flammic. Are you gonna... So is he gonna save his city, or is he gonna try to attack mine? I hope he just goes straight after my armies out here. It'd be easier. Although, it actually might be better if he goes after my city, because I've got guys out here that are going to be a little beat up after they fight these units. They might need a second to heal. We'll see how it goes. I don't think this is going to be a very hard battle, because he doesn't even have a full 3 stacks. I guess regardless of what happens, I'll have to deal with it, so... And if these guys have their normal marauding AI behavior, they'll just pillage stuff mostly. They do occasionally go after cities, but I think it's mostly when they don't have anything else to pillage. He didn't move. Why didn't you move? You're just sitting in the astral barrens. Okay. Well, that's actually maybe the most annoying outcome, because now I feel like I can't build anything in my capital if he's just lingering outside of it. Well, we'll take care of this crap and then move on. This is gonna be a decent fight, but I think we'll be alright. Can't get everyone down there. Alright, how about you guys launch the attack? Do auto combat, make sure we're good, low risk battle, got my spells. He's got caltraps, that's pretty much it. Okay, that went pretty well. We'll take it. And we'll burn it. Already another turn before I get another population here. And we got stuff out pillaging. You know, it's just gonna be... That's just gonna be a constant state of being in this game, I'm afraid. Now, what can I manage to grab this on my way back down? Because I think I want to. A lot of heroes could benefit from that. So what I think I would want to do is move you guys... Yeah, I think I can. I might have to repillage this city, but there's enough... I need to run down south and deal with stuff. I'm just kind of hoping Flammic doesn't have more units up there that he can move in and retake that. But I want to go deal with his army down here. I can't just have them sitting there chilling, hanging out. And it's an opportunity for me to level up all my heroes here, and I want to take advantage of that. So I'll send you up here. I'll probably include the Paladin. He's new and could use some XP. Or I should say she. I think that's a lady. Looks like a lady. They're very, very good. Lay on hands is amazing. Does have the bathhouse XP bonus, okay. And then I will add probably this guy. He could use a little extra XP and then just heroes. So, yeah. Add you two. And then the 2 heroes. Genghis from the southern army. And then this lady from the northern one. We've got these guys. Do I want good guy points? No, it really doesn't matter. I have so much evil points just kill the spiders. How did you manage that? I don't know if I can afford a unit taking that much damage right now. It's going to take her a while to patch up. I can't believe that I'm doing this, but I'm going to end up doing this manually because I don't want her to take that much damage. There's no reason for that. What the heck did you guys do? I mean, they can summon animals, but I've still got them well outnumbered. Okay, testing something with this guy. Move one space onto an unoccupied tile. Yep, can't undo it. That's gotta be a bug. So, just need to know I can't undo anything that guy does. Alright, spider moves up. Spider's about to get smoked. Would be really nice if I had a unit with Demolisher that could get rid of the bushes. I mean, I could displace and replace him out of the bushes. Actually, that works. It does kind of leave him a little vulnerable to flanks, but I think I can protect him. Particularly with the Paladin, if I do this right. Even displace and replace him again if I wanted to. Not sure that I need to though, so we're just gonna move up here and smack him around a little bit. I might need Genghis for something else. For the moment, I would like you to teleport. Actually, you know what? Teleport here? No, you still won't have a good shot. Does Spider have any retaliations if I move? Oh, this person can't move anyway. Okay, well then you maybe just drop a heal on that group there. I'm gonna have the archer port here so he can take advantage of some of this healing. So you go right there. Should have a good shot on them, yeah. So you go ahead and heal. Archer shoots them. Then I want my Paladin to get up front there. You have revive, so I can get anyone back up if they need it. I want Genghis Khan to move up here. As long as the elephant can't reach him, which it doesn't look like it can. Buff the Paladin. And put the Paladin right there. Actually, the Paladin here. Give him some protection. That looks pretty good. Oh, that's the unit I'm trying to click on. Yeah, he could kind of mess that unit up. He could mess up my Scald a bit. Let's put a bigger elemental in the way. Okay, that looks good. Oh, he just zipped on through there, didn't he? What unit is that? I don't know if I've ever seen that move before. Just a Griffin? Fly-by melee charge. Huh. I've never seen that before. Must be new. Charge strike that moves this unit 2 axis forward. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna burn down your forest. I believe he is still technically considered to be in. Oh no, his cover is gone. Well, sucks to be you. Okay, big gorilla here. Need to do something about that. Need to get melee units out over there. Alright, let's do this. Move this guy out here. I'll go ahead and let him sprint to get a little closer. And Genghis can go here. I don't think they threaten Genghis a whole lot. I'm going to give grace to you. And what are your odds of hitting Genghis? Not great. I'm going to take the free shot on the ape guy. There we go. And then start seeing if I can get some lucky hits on them. Alright, you can reach him now. So go mess him up, please. Don't know how I'm gonna... I guess I could just do a melee attack. Might be just as good here. Kind of running away and being annoying. Come back. Alright, sorry pal. That's it for you. Okay, that's much better. Far less damage. And then levels for all the heroes. Excellent. I'm going to split them back up into their respective armies, and then, let's see, that was Genghis's group. I do think I want them to go interrupt these guys. The question is, can Genghis join them on the whole trip? Because I would like to interrupt these guys, maybe then back off though. I'm not really sure. I guess these guys will probably go after me. Maybe I don't even need to worry about them. He might try to get back to his city to retake it, but I should be able to intercept him. So I think what I am going to do for this turn is just post up right here, kind of near that cave entrance. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Then he can either go after my city or he can go after Godheim, but either way... Oh, wait, hang on. But if I do that, I'm probably going to want to take these guys out now because they might join Alfred in battle. Okay, how much will Genghis have left if he does this? Not a lot of movement. How's the rest of his army? Pretty beat up. I need to get a healthier army down there to deal with that. Those guys might work. Genghis's army needs to stay here. I think I'm going to leave this hero out with a different one for now. Maybe have him stick with the ritualist. Who's healthy? Actually, I've got an idea. I'll send the three of you here. That's within 3 spaces of Genghis. So you guys are good. You, I may need to assist with leading an attack on this. So I'm gonna move you here. You'll be just out of range of healing, but that's okay. I want these 3 there. I want the magma elemental in on this. They've got 27 movement, so we're good there. I want magma elemental in on this, and I want one other good unit. Let's see here. Dark Warrior. Okay, the Scald can go with you guys, as can this guy. And then for you, we'll take... You've got a lieutenant, you've got an archer. Take another lieutenant, I guess, for now. Just as he's pretty ranked up and not injured. Then these 2 injured ones, they can go back to the city for now. And what I want to do is attack with this group, bringing everybody in for this fight. Do auto. And then that will prevent these units from being able to assist Flammic if he comes northeast. Ooh, a better robe. I'll take that. I know that's an improvement for my ritual list, which I think is her. Yeah, 10% magic damage, ignores 2 status resistance, +1 status resistant. Ignores 4. Yeah, that's just all around better. So we'll take that. I know I still need to level up my heroes. I just wanted to look at some other things. Well, no, actually, we can go through all those levels now. Oh, yeah, no, I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to equip... probably... We'll give this to the cleric. I like to give the status resistance items a lot of times to the people who are responsible for healing and stuff like that. Oh, actually, no, better on her because she can clear status effects on friendlies. So... give it to her. Okay, then we can go through and pick levels. I know I want this guy to have second wind, so we'll give him that. Genghis Khan can have. Okay, now I have to decide between these 2 things, or between getting like searing strikes, or just more magic damage. I got a feeling that Genghis is going to need to move around a lot to give critical hit chance bonuses. So these ones that are like snipers focused, the stuff that's based until the unit moves. Genghis needs to move a lot, which makes me think these are a little less useful for him. That's an AOE bleeding. That's pretty good. I think I need to take that. Yeah. A lot of times I end up going with Invigorating Takedown just because I like having Strengthen, but Genghis is falling into a bit more of a support role rather than being a strong fighter himself, so being able to put lots of negative statuses on enemies is probably worthwhile. I'll take the bleed. That's potentially 3 stacks of bleeding on up to 7 units in an ideal situation, so that's pretty freaking good. Do I want to get anyone else out of here and replace them with a tier 3? Because I could. Probably this guy, actually. Can you make it all the way up? Not you. You. Yeah, you've got 40 movement. Okay, let's get this injured guy out of here. Replace him with this guy, who's just better. And do I want to build a building now? How about something that's not too expensive? I'm really hoping these guys just go after their city to try to get it back. Maybe in the meantime I just get something like, I don't know, a market. Something that isn't the end of the world if he sieges my city and it gets canceled. And then probably want to grab another paladin. I'm going to need a handful of those guys. Can I cross through this? Let's just go to here for now. Nope, that scout is probably dead now, because I found more Flamic stuff over here. It looks like it reaches to the west. Maybe towards Flintwall. Still haven't found any capitals as far as I can tell. Not great. Need to find those. So I have a more specific target. Who else leveled up? I can get support abilities grant fortune. That's a very good one for me. So we'll take that. Bolstered defense. 2 units affected by regeneration. That's pretty good. And I'm just going to continue going down this chaos tree, getting crit chance for everybody. And probably grab polymorph next. Take advantage of all the status resistance bypass that I've been putting on this ritual list, and then I can turn dangerous things into less dangerous things. And Rebels of Carnage is ready again, although I might hold off on that just because I'm kind of getting a little bummed out by all these magic attacks backfiring and messing my plans up. Because these people had to go crazy and trigger all these cataclysms. Domain's been invaded. Okay, well, that kind of stuff is stuff that I can't really do anything about right now. As long as nobody's down here that these armies could deal with, then I'm pretty much just have to let that happen. Nothing I can do about it. Alright, come and fight me, Flamic. You can reach me. I believe in you. I really hope he just goes after my people instead of my city. I just need to take out his army so I can move on. Actually, I need to take out his army so I can get back on his city and make sure I get the pillage, or the raise. The other thing that sucks about losing the research income, too, is that I kind of need that to get more tomes, because the more tomes I unlock, the faster I can get to some of those later chaos things. Although actually it's probably worth pulling up my notes here and reminding myself of what my build was, because I don't have this all memorized. I have to write all this stuff down. Oh, there's another cataclysm. Build order was Mongols. Okay, yeah, that's what's coming up next. Okay. We'll probably get to that in this episode, so I won't spoil what I'm doing just yet. Yeah, we should get to that in this episode. I'm planning to go for maybe about 2 hours today. I'm trying to cut back on the 3-hour episodes. That takes a really long time for me to render, and I kind of want to use my computer to play other games on Saturday nights, so let's just do that. Run away. Nope, Scout finally met a bitter end. That's okay. The main problem is that I didn't find anyone's capitals, but otherwise I have a general sense of where the enemies are, and if I go that way, I'll probably find them. You know, the worst thing that Flamic could do here is to just sit where he's at. That would be the most annoying thing for me, because then I have to go further out of my way to get to him, and it looks like that's exactly what he did. Or maybe he moved back. Okay. As the dust settles, devouring energies converge on specific places. Land that existed long before the fracturing to the nomadic tribes of Midgar. They are forbidden territory. Perilous places full of secrets that left undiscovered. Each fable tells of an artifact of immense power and arrogance. I mean, I would like to do... I'm not sure if that's telling you anything I didn't already know, but I would like to try to find those artifacts. I think that would be fun. I just don't know if I'm going to have the time, because I'm always going to be busy fighting dudes. Alright, 1 research cycle left. Race transformations don't help. Race transformations don't help. Anything that involves scouts doesn't really help. So let's see if there's anything more useful that I could get. I think there was something. Summon Vigil would be nice. Virtuous Spirit does not help. Empowered Strikes could be used on something that's not a race unit. Blood Fury, yeah, there's better stuff. I'm gonna re-roll that. There's better options in here. Inner Mastery doesn't help, Virtuous Spirit doesn't help, but Summon Vigil does, so I'll grab that. That's a potentially decent summon. Are you just straight up running away? He's straight up running away, okay. Well, that's fine. Because if you're gonna do that, I am going to either go sit on that city, or I'm gonna run out there and interrupt them from pillaging my crap. Probably gonna go do that. I think if he could have retaken that, he probably would have by now. And if I go out here, I can also clear the gold mine while I'm there. And then I've got another thing, another resource node that I'm working on. The other thing that would be useful is my city has grown. So I could clear this Eternal Bedchambers here. And then I would have a little bit of extra Imperium. And a little bit of extra research to make up for kind of what I lost there. Yeah, I think I could do everything. I think I could clear this, I could clear those guys, I could clear that. I think I can do that all on this turn if I move carefully enough. So let's bring the heroes in for this one. I'm not exactly, I don't know what I'm going to run into in there is the problem. Is my army's up for the challenge? I don't know. I mean, I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's start putting some people on there. And for a fight like this, I might want to bring in units that have a lot of promotions. That champion is a good choice. He's going to have a lot of transformation aesthetics buffs. So we'll add him. And somebody else. Maybe, honestly, that Wind Warrior who's Exalted 2 and has 175 health. This would be a pretty good choice. I already have other supports, so I don't really need the Dust Weaver. Yeah, you're like right there. Why don't you go help?
Yeah.
I don't want to do a 50-50 on a affinity check. Undead servants, undead queen. Killing the undead queen will immediately kill all of our undead servants. I think I can manage that. I don't want to give up population. Now we're gonna send this to, we're gonna fight this one. So what have we got here? Undead queen, they probably have a, oh, they actually don't have any. They don't have any, I was thinking they might have some Reapers, like the tier 5s. I think I can handle this. Maybe I want to bring in an archer, though. I might want to bring in a high-rank archer. I think I'm going to need more damage output for this one rather than a shield. Especially because, yeah, I'm going to back out. We're going to pull an archer in. You're going to start moving towards this stuff over here, which I guess means taking that road. I want you in here. Because damage output on that queen is going to be important. If we can manage to kill her by flanking an archer behind and doing a ton of damage, that's a better outcome. Okay, we can do this without losing a hero. I'm pretty confident of that. I think the AI doesn't handle this these haunted coffins correctly. So I need to just do that for them. Like by blowing this one up with her. Actually, let's take that one. Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
Then you can take that one. just makes a lot of sense to quickly just kill these. I could even use snapshot on one to make sure. I don't think I need to though. I think I'm just gonna use Genghis regular attack. Come on. Come on, let me target it. What are we doing? Can you target? Can you not target that? I can't get him to target. He can do it with the. He can do it with quick shot. I'm not really sure why he couldn't do it otherwise. Oh well, this works out because these guys were a little bit tougher anyway. I can go get the flank attack and finish him though. So yeah, just clear out that little area around where you start in here by intentionally targeting the coffins, and it makes these battles a lot easier. You have a couple turns to do it as well, so. Let's see, we'll probably lean up more in this direction. I do want to get everybody around my ritualist for a big heal. But I think I can do that while still doing this. Yeah, I should be able to. Alright, pop a heal on everyone there. And what can I do with spells? Target friendly unit that has action points remaining. Okay, don't need that right now. Don't need that. And then I have heroic stand in case I need it. Okay. I think we should be good. They might attack now. Yeah. Oh, that was a... What's up? Mounted pursuer on a spider. Okay. Was not expecting that. Didn't actually notice the spiders until now. I think it's because I'm used to them having a fighter tag. If I could kill her, the rest of this is not a problem. But, let's see, 1, 2, 3... I can't quite teleport the archers across that chasm. And they don't have a very good chance to hit. I wish I could summon a unit behind her on this turn right now. What I could do is displace and replace this guy, pushing him off of Genghis. That's probably the correct move. Wait, did that not work? Why didn't... Oh, maybe I have to build up momentum for that to work. I'm not sure. I did something wrong there. Okay, well... Oh, and you're immobilized. Hang on, I think I can clear that. If I unimmobilize them and port them over there, they might have a pretty good shot. I think I might be able to kill the queen here, actually. Okay, so... I need to use the cleric. Actually, I could just use this. That would work. Then I can teleport you here. That's a clearer shot on the queen. You have a real chance to kill her here. Dang, slip away. Okay. Should have seen that coming, I guess. Well, it got her off of us for a second. She can come back if she wants to. And then I can maybe polymorph. Is that a... You gotta be within 4 tiles. I might end up trying to polymorph the corrupt soul when it gets a little closer. This archer should be killable. Between her and her. Wait, she can't move, right? No. The archer's not going to do anything from point blank range. They've already used the web thing, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to leave this guy in the back so that he can get a bigger charge built up. And Genghis, oh wait, Genghis can actually just move back and shoot the archer. It's not a big deal. Okay. I think they might, oh, undead servants, I think they come back. Okay. Oh, she apparently has a death wish. Except my archers are now stuck in there. But I think Genghis can probably get her. Or if I can get the archers out of there, then this isn't a problem. Hang on. This guy's got momentum, right? But it's not quite enough to reach her, dang. If I'd have left him one space forward, he could have reached her. Could... See, there's gotta be a way here. Oh, wait, that's his knockback. It's the 3 strikes, right? Okay. But that won't really help me here. Genghis has a real shot at doing this, I think. I want to make sure he's got a high crit chance, but... Alright, let's undo his move. I'm going to give Touch of Grace to... I'll give it to her before I move. I think I can do this unless I get really unlucky. But I've got this shot. Let me make sure that he's got overwhelm tactics. I've got this shot here. Yeah, I should be able to get this. There we go. Battle's over. Okay, amplifying robe. Ooh, more magic damage. I mean, that might be good for the cleric. Reaping skirmisher. A skirmisher weapon with leap could be interesting. It's tier 3. Don't really need her in my recruitment pool. I might take the knowledge here. Although it's only like... The problem with taking the knowledge here is it's like a third of a turn's worth of knowledge. It doesn't feel that impactful when I could get a tier 3 item that has some binding fragments in it that I could potentially turn into better items later. I think I'm just going to take the item. And then I'm going to use this to annex that. And then I can move more quickly through that territory. Can't annex anything else right now. Alright, now can I still do everything else on this turn that I wanted to do? It's getting a little complicated with all my unit movement, but I think Genghis was leading these guys. They should be able to get out there and take care of this. Not sure who else was with them. I think I want the paladin to be with them. Wouldn't mind Genghis having a shield, and Genghis could actually take that. I think he could take that scald. See, you guys don't have a shield unit at all, so okay, that's what we'll do. I want you to go down here. You're gonna help with that. Scald goes with Genghis. One shock unit goes down there. Lieutenant goes with Genghis. Trying to split my armies up and make sure everybody's got a good balance of units. This shield can go here in its own army. We'll leave the ritualist and the shock guy together. Seems like they are slowing the group down. The ritualist actually needs to go on ahead. She can go there. Okay, then you and the shock guy, and that guy can go here. Forming up that army. We got a highly promoted shock unit there that can go with them. Archer goes with them. Magma Elemental goes with them. And then we can just set it, the other units can just get kind of mixed in randomly. That works for me. Bit of a mess when you have to like constantly rebalance your armies, but I can do everything that I want to do here, and I can do it all in one battle actually, so I didn't need to move as far as I did. We'll just take it with Genghis, I guess. Definitely leave spells on for this one to try to avoid unnecessary shenanigans like a hero dying. Some of these battles don't feel like I should need to be fighting them on my own. I get the one in the I get the one in the wonder that I just cleared. That makes sense, but this one makes less sense to me that I would need to do this myself. Oh well. Kind of just gonna throw my units at him. I will go ahead and give this guy some grace because he's beat up. He actually kind of needs heals. The Scald keeps dying. I'm gonna keep them in the back a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull you back to that unit. There we go. Everybody else runs down this way. Alright, so we got 2 Bone Wyverns. That seems like they're begging for a lieutenant to come and debuff them, so I'm happy to oblige. In fact, you can just go right up to his face and do it. And I might even do it twice. Because that's... yeah, let's just stack a whole bunch of Sunders on those guys. Then Genghis and my archers should be able to kind of tear them apart. Also, this guy, if I can clear a path, could drop a pretty nasty firebomb right in the middle of all that. I'm gonna clear the path with this guy, get those boxes out of the way. Oh yeah, that hurts. That's gonna hurt some feet. Ooh, and a crit on top of everything else. That was beautiful. Okay. Pretty easy kills here. Get rid of them. Genghis can move up, and even with just a snapshot now, he'll take a couple hits. I gotta remember to put units next to him. I keep forgetting to properly position units to take advantage of overwhelm tactics. Now we do have a handful of sworn guards here moving in on us, so I'm going to use the lieutenants to debuff them as well. That's a pretty good hit. And I'm going to kind of form a line on this side, because I got a feeling they'll come charging into me here in a second. Okay, pretty big counterattack there. Cleric on this side took a bit of a hit, so let me try to, or I guess that's my ritualist. Actually, can I just turn you into something that isn't as scary? Oh, still retaliates, but is definitely less scary. Alright, well these guys should be pretty easy to kind of polish off from here. Those crits feel really good. And now I just kind of want to get into their face. Are you a ranged unit? You are. Everybody else out there is melee, but there's one ranged guy that's going to try to be a nuisance. Tell you what, Genghis, go ahead and cancel that guy's defense mode. And then I want you to have him attack again, and he can do his 3-strike combo. Push them back. Does anyone need healing? I might actually I'm gonna pull my ritualist back over in this direction. You could go kill that unit, but what I really would like is to get a... Okay, I could do this. If I go here, kill them. And I still can't quite get to that. No, I should have attacked from a different angle, then I could have ridden around and gotten a unit next to the spellcaster. I could still get one there, I just have to go this route, which is fine. Yeah, I can slip through there and just guard. That unit has a ton of health, so should be okay. Although they have quite a few debuffs. I probably need to... I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of a couple of those. Yeah, get rid of poison. Actually, diseased would have maybe been nice to keep out there since surrounded by enemies with that guy right now. Yeah, go punch. Oh, now you're really stuck. Okay, that works. I forgot I had displace and replace on that thing. You guys are just defending. Okay, good. That's what I want. Also want you out here defending, I think. Yeah. Go ahead and just do defense for now. And then that opens up this shock unit to come mess this guy up. Or to graze and then kind of get messed up. He's got insanity, but that actually doesn't matter because he can't hit. Oh wait, he could hit. Yeah, he'll go after the hero. Okay, so that does help. And from here, Genghis can still shoot stuff. Shoot the hero, and then maybe he'll kill the hero. I'm just gonna end the turn there. Well, hang on. This is a range unit, so you can go shoot him. There you go. Almost killed his friend. I think that triggered Steadfast, actually. And then it went away. That actually worked out very well, because it triggered Steadfast, but then it went away. So, I don't have to deal with it. Let's see, I want to get you in a good position to flank. So right here looks good. Actually, I would rather do a charge attack on you, I think. I'll have the lieutenant go after this guy. Have this guy do a charge attack over here. You know what? Let's do a little extra damage to them and get them out of here. And And then I guess the paladin can have the honor. It doesn't really matter who kills them. And loop all the lieutenants around for tons of flank attacks, and this guy's day is ruined. Outstanding. Alright. Takes care of a lot of crap out there. More hardy armor with bolstering resistance. I guess I'll take it. We'll most likely end up breaking that down later. And then probably next big thing is get back to Godheim, make sure that raise finishes without any hitches. Hopefully it can last one more turn without me babysitting it. Yeah, that looks good. We can get back to building things in our city. One turn away from the market. We'll just let that finish normally. And we're getting a decent amount of extra troops built up here. I want to keep making sure I'm making paladins and champions and generally tier 3s. The Scalds I probably won't use a lot. I think I might have like one of them, but they don't seem that particularly useful. They kind of die easy compared to my race units, which are getting all sorts of extra health and damage bonuses from just leveling up, so yeah, we'll just take another paladin, another champion. In fact, I can afford lots and lots of troops, so I should probably always be building something, just have general unit spam. Okay, more war parties. Don't even really care where they're coming from at this point. And Rebels of Carnage is again ready. I'm not going to cast it right now. I think that's one that is probably worth casting shortly before big battles where I know it's going to hand out a lot of XP. But for like generally like in this position I'm in now, there isn't any big huge battles looming on the horizon. This would have been like the biggest thing that I'm aware of, and they're running away from me, so I'm not too worried. Let's just cross our fingers here and hope that Flammic doesn't come in and stop the siege of Godheim, because that would waste a couple turns. I still, got good stuff done. I cleared a wonder, I cleared out troops on a gold mine, I cleared something that was pillaging a mine, so not a complete waste of time, but the main objective is always going to be to raise cities. I do wish he would just come back and fight me, though, rather than running away. The coward. It might be time to start thinking about moving my city again. I'm kind of thinking moving it up to this more kind of central area, or possibly even more like here, to where I can reach out and harass Promisal while still going after Ridgekeep. My issue here that I think I'm having is that I feel like I'm kind of attacking everyone and picking on everyone, whereas I'd rather be picking on one specific person with the goal of killing them. And I guess red more than anyone else I've hit pretty hard, but see, like, ooh, there's Alfred over there. Maybe I go west and because I know where Alfred's leader is. I know where at least one of his big cities is. His capital probably isn't far if I go west. I'm thinking maybe I move my city to where this forester is. Would be a good spot, because I'm seeing a lot of resources around here that would be nice to grab. There's even Archon blood over there that would be really nice to grab. Yeah, I think it's about time to move my city. Do I want to let this guy go? This is from a city-state. Yeah, I think it's just a city-state. Oh, I could just execute him. I don't know. I guess I could use gold. It doesn't really matter if I let their heroes go. Sure, I'll just take the money. I know it already seems like, oh, hey, that's a dragon. Hi. I think cities pack up immediately now, don't they? Can they move right away, though? I know this was a new change. Cities pack up immediately. They still take a turn to deploy, but they can pack immediately. I don't know if I want to risk that with that dragon around. Like, there's a big part of me that wants to just pack up and move this place. If I go here, I could get that, I could get that, I could get this. I'm trying to see if I could still reach down to re-harvest the silver tongue fruit that I paid to be able to do. If I go here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles away. So yeah, that's still a good spot. I might have to clear the city ruins out, which I should have done. I'm going to do that right now because I keep forgetting. Although whoever I send out there will probably get picked off by those guys. I could move a bigger army out and handle it. I could actually probably handle this dragon with the units I have here. They don't really have much else. Yeah, I've got them pretty outnumbered. I think clearing the city ruins is maybe more important. But let me see. I think if I move them all just a little bit, I could trigger the battle with a unit that's in a single stack by itself, and then still move everyone out there to deal with the city ruins and defend against that crap. And I definitely do want to move up here for this last turn of that siege. I'm going to move those guys now. Healthiest army is probably this one, so you guys go sit there. The rest can sit in my borders. So everyone's protecting everybody. Okay, we're looking good. So that's a guaranteed pillage, or a guaranteed raise. I'm going to have a weaker unit initiate this fight. And you go here. This should... Oh wait, actually, I need them here. Should still have enough movement, though. This should be a low-risk battle. Okay, we'll take a low-risk battle just to get these dragons out of the way. Yeah, I was worried about him. He was by himself. Alright. Alright, gotta slay a dragon without help from any heroes. But we've got numbers. We've got lots of numbers, actually. And the rest of this is just like throwaway units. Now he is going to come in with a pretty big fire breath. That's going to be annoying, but I think if we spread out enough, I can get a flank on him. Especially considering I have people with Swift. So I'm pretty sure we can kill him like one turn after he does that. Excuse me. Move you back here. Yeah, I don't know how it. I don't know if it's gonna matter where I position stuff. He's just gonna fry a whole bunch of people no matter what. Just Dragon Breath covers a really large area. I think we'll just have to tank it. It's fine. I've got guys with lay on hands. Ah, that's the one group I didn't want you to go after. Okay, I can still get around behind him, flank him, all that good stuff, so... the archers are still going to do a lot of damage to him as well. What's he standing on? It's not an obscuring terrain or anything, okay. Yeah, let's have the boar go and cancel his retaliation. I can port the archer over here, and that's a flank attack from that angle. I think I want to use the lieutenants to sunder his defense a bit. Let's get this little guy out of the way. If I swift with that, he can get up and hit the dragon. So, Yeah, let me get this little guy out of the way. Okay, you go ahead and move towards the dragon. You do sprint. Get through all that crap, get up behind him. Then I want you to move here. Use that. You can charge. Archers can teleport here. I have less accuracy because I didn't do this correctly. And now he's got Draconic Rage, so he's going to mess somebody up. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to kill him on this turn. Nope. Well, at least there's an easy kill out here. Guess I may as well lay on hands on this guy. I don't think I'm going to lose anybody here. It's just the dragon's being a bigger pain than I thought he would. Yeah, my units should tank it all right. I'll just have you go there, defend your friends, and that'll make the dragon do quite a bit less damage. And I might patch that guy up in the back a little bit. Ah, backfired spell. Okay. Teleported the guy away randomly. Oh, he just did tail swipe. Okay. That works. Guess I should have hit with a unit to cancel his defense mode and retaliations first. There we go, that's a kill. Okay, that's done now. Though I took a bit of a beating from all that. Those guys can't actually reach me, so that's actually a safe move right now. So get back to the city ruins. Get over there. Actually, I should have left them in... Yeah, I should have left them into where they could heal. Oh well. Let's dismantle those. I don't need to stand on it permanently. I want to get them out of the way for when I move my city, which I think is going to be now, actually. Yeah, I think it's going to be now. Yep. 'Cause that's the target right there. In a new nice spot. Near Archon Blood. Closer to Alfred. Closer to lands I can pillage. Closer to Clawmark Cave that I can annex. Yeah. I think this is where I need to go next. And as far as I know, no one can attack that. And I don't think... Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. As long as I can move my city, I'm not 100% sure that I can move it immediately after packing it up. I think I can. Yeah, we can cancel units in production. That's fine. Yes, okay, I can move it immediately. And the goal is wherever I had that forester. I think it was right there. Was that the spot? Because it looks like I can make it there in one turn, which is pretty nice. It It was there, and then it was 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to the Hasteberries. Yeah, that's the spot. So if I go here, it just needs to be 2 spaces northwest of that boar. So I can do there, I think. That's valid. Still technically protected by all these units. Although it's actually going to move to the center province. Oh, can I not? Oh, because of the city ruins. Crap. That's actually not great. Okay. I should have gone there. That would have been better. Frick. Okay, well, we'll get it on the next turn. I forgot about the city. Oh, wait, I can't go there either because of the city ruins. All right, we're going to have to be more aggressive. Gonna have to run right at Alfred. This is a valid spot, I think? No, because that's got a city in it. No, wait, no, that's a separate province. Okay, this spot's valid. It's further away from all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure I can still reach the old things I was working on down there. This isn't great, but I can move Alfred's army back to protect them on the next turn, so we'll take advantage of it to move even further. Instead of, yeah, I'll take advantage of the fact that I can't undeploy it on this turn to just go further with it, so it doesn't slow me down. I'm clicking through things without even actually reading them. That's never good. Let's save, do a quick save here. At least he's protected by those units, and I don't think Alfred has any way of reaching me, so we should be okay. I'm at my most vulnerable during these moments when I'm moving my city, but I have pretty good view on what was out there, and it didn't seem like there was any threats. These armies should be good enough in case there was any little thing being sneaky. Definitely never want to leave your city unprotected totally, because I don't even know, that would set me back so much, like, because I've piled up so much essence in that. If it's just dead, it's just dead. That's terrible. Now, the nice thing is if somebody attacks this, it will use the city defenses. It'll do it as though it was a siege battle, and I'll be on like walls or whatever I built. I'll have defensive structures, so these guys would have some defenses to work with. But it doesn't count as a siege, like a normal siege, so I don't think the enemy could use siege projects during it. So I would have all the defensive buffs without them being able to use any offensive stuff against me. So having that around while moving is pretty nice. But obviously, you're a lot better off if your city's just unpacked and you're generating resources. Roaming city income. So you do still get income from it while it's moving around too. I wonder if it's just counting the essences and the buildings that are in it. I don't know. Still kind of learning this all as I go, but that's probably about what it's doing. Hello, you can't quite reach me. You're going to be too late. Godheim goes down on this turn. And that's even more income for me. I'm at 484 research, and it looks like my Imperium rebounded after that spell backfiring. Where are we at here? I get raising sealed cities yields 20 permanent gold income. Would have been nice to have that a turn ago, but I'll take what I can get. Now, I don't think this is retroactive, but I'm making 262 gold per turn. Yeah, it's not retroactive, but that'll apply to all future cities I raise, so that's still pretty good. And this is very huge for me. Shock Shield and Polearm units gain 10 XP per turn. Big reason why I wanted to have some order is because of this specific thing right here. Anything that gets me XP is welcome. I do want to keep an eye on this. Yeah, I'm still quite a ways away from those, so we're going to take career soldiers now. And then I guess move back to unpack our new city, which is going to go presumably right here. Yeah, that's a very nice aggressive spot. Now, where is it actually going to put the city? A little further north than I wanted. I kind of wanted it to be more here, a little easier to protect, but that's all right. We can work with it. Now, could I reach from here? It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I can get all the way down there with it. So we'll be unpacking my city on this turn, but I may want to, I don't know, I might want to end the episode here and wrap this up. Because I don't know. Alfred's got a pretty big army out there. I don't want this episode to go super long. I might end up in a big battle with Alfred moving into the next turn. So I think this is a good spot to wrap it up, but we're doing pretty good here. If any of you guys think there's a much better candidate for a spot for my city, let me know. But this one will allow me to still reach back and get the silver tongue fruit I was working on. It'll let me get the mana node that I was working on while still being pretty forward facing Alfred, the Promisal up here, and some territory that I could pillage from them. And then maybe some stuff over here. I'm not sure if there's anything over here worth grabbing, but I think this is a lot of that's kind of decorative stuff. But yeah, I think that's probably where we're going to go. But you guys can let me know if you have any other ideas or thoughts about anything else, really. Let me know in the comments if you have suggestions for how I can improve my gameplay. As always, I appreciate that. And aside from that, I think that's it for this episode. So thanks for watching, guys. That's a wrap. I'll see you next week. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Jimbro, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.